Prototype testing is kind of a service that we do for small businesses and individuals who come up with various projectile designs, and they want us to film it with a high-speed camera. These designs come from all over the world: Russia, Australia, and some from the United States even. Now, tests like these are normally never seen by the public, but we thought it'd be fun to bring you along.
Welcome back, TAOFLEDER folks. Officer Greg and Jeff out here with you at the private rifle range, so please bear with the gunfire you may hear in the background. This is a private rifle range, so we are allowed to shoot out here. And today, we're missing Danny from the Old and Holy Trinity, because Danny, believe it or not, took a buck knife and removed his own gallstones, and then patched up the gaping wound with his patented duct tape. So when doctors got a hold of his little surgery project, they said, listen, we need to fix up a couple things. So best wishes to Danny, get well soon. And leave your comments for Danny down here in the comments section, but Danny will be back with us soon. We, however, are out here today shooting an Australian creation from Denver, our buddy in Australia. And this is a full-bore diabolo, we always get that wrong, full-bore 640 grain diabolo round. A normal 12 gauge rounds is what, about 420 grains?
Something like that, yeah.
So this thing is a really heavy little bastard. So I brought a replacement shoulder. We're going to put this down range and see how they do. We're testing them for accuracy, we're testing them for impact, and we're going to see how they do out of smooth bore. And without further ado, let's go ahead and throw this thing in the old TAOFLEDER shotgun and get rocking and rolling.
First target is a propane cylinder.
With keyboard Carl.
Yeah. How far away is that? About 12 yards maybe?
Yeah, we'll call that 12, maybe almost 15 yards.
We just want to, we don't know where these things are going to land yet. This will give us an idea. Hopefully he can hit that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
And hopefully the shoulder survives.
Yeah, expect a lot of recoil.
Woo! Good times.
Those Australians love heavy slugs.
Well, that's why their country's at the bottom of the earth. It's so damn heavy down there.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
Here we go. Oh my goodness.
A lot of recoil?
Yeah.
Little what to expect for the rest. There's only 9 more of them, I think.
Oh, that's it.
Now, as always, we don't take any practice shots. We just start shooting and figure out where these things are landing. He was just a little bit to the right. So far, it's looking really good. Now, some of the things we're looking at is how stable the slug is flying through the air, and also the condition of the wad. This gives you an idea how large the pellet is compared to even the 68 caliber one. This one slug weighs the same as 86 of these .177 caliber pellets.
You get about 1 inch right of the keyboard Carl sticker here, and tore the arse out of this propane cylinder. So with a heavy thump.
Okay, at a steel plate, again at about 12 yards.
And you can see the green laser dot down there too.
That's right.
We went all
Let's try to get a chrono reading. Are you over the chronograph?
I am over the chronograph.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
All right, on the green dot, let's hope. Oh.
1229 feet per second.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
So here's our AR-500 steel plate. Took one heck of a wallop right there.
It's mild steel.
Mild steel?
Yeah.
It's mild AR, not non-AR steel.
It's AR 100.
Got a little lub in here on the back.
That's a
But look at that little divot in there. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That's a big divot.
That thing walloped hard, and it hit about, what would you say, ½ an inch to the right?
Yeah, he's starting to bring it over, but yeah, only about ½ an inch to the right this time.
Man, so that thing hit that plate as hard as it hit my shoulder. So Denver,
that's true.
Denver, we're coming after you.
How about that Buffalo Outdoors shirt?
Hey, so while we're standing up here in front of you, go out and check out our boy Buffalo over on Buffalo Outdoors. He sent this lovely little shirt. Sent Danny one, so we're going to support him here on the channel. Give him a little shout out. He has a very entertaining channel where he deals with pistols, rifles, shotguns, has his own backyard range, shoots a lot of optics, and plays around with some gun stuff. So
he's a good shot, man.
Yeah, he's a good shot.
Single action, double action, really good double action shooter.
From the wilds of Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
So go check out our boy Buffalo.
One thing we're noticing with these slugs is they're oscillating around a little bit. They're kind of waggling around. Doesn't seem to be affecting the accuracy that much, but even that little oscillation can affect the accuracy as you get further down range. And, you know, maybe the center of gravity isn't correct. It's hard to say. An air rifle pellet has a large cavity in the base, and that's so that the base will expand and seal in the barrel of an air rifle, but we're using a gas seal in this shotgun shell. And because we don't have a lot of surface area for that gas seal to push against, I packed these full of toilet paper, believe it or not. This will prevent the plastic wadding from getting shoved into that cavity and just fouling everything up.
Of course, we got to do the lead plate.
Of course.
I think even Denver likes the lead plate.
It's just heavy enough to qualify for an Australian target. I'm going to shoot right there on that dot.
Yes, sir.
Little known fact, that lead plate weighs the exact same amount as one of these slugs. I'm going to shoot right there on that dot.
Yes, sir. Okay, how'd that one do?
So it hit a little bit low. You can see Jeff loaded these things with a little bit of he found some toilet paper stuck to his shoe.
I recycled it.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to touch it anymore. No, the toilet paper actually followed the slug right in there.
Yeah.
Burrowed itself right down in there nice and deep. Did not come out the back. Of course, this is an extra thick plate too, so.
It's very, I think that's a 30-pounder.
Yeah, it must be, it's imported from Germany because it gave us a spot to shoot, but you can kind of see the tail end of it right in there. Part of it's still buried in there, so.
I'm surprised the toilet paper made the journey that far, you know? Is that amazing?
It must be Charmin.
Please don't squeeze it.
Don't squeeze the Charmin.
I bet not very few people remember what that's from.
That's right, wasn't it
Mr. Whipple.
Mr. Whipple at
Yeah.
the local grocery store.
Yep.
Mr. Whipple.
I don't know why he cares about if people squeeze the Sherman or not, but
So you want your Charmin squeezed or you don't want your Charmin squeezed? I bet you Mr. Whipple was getting his Charmin squeezed in the back alley.
hey now.
You'll notice in every single shot the toilet paper doesn't fall out the back. There's nothing really holding it in there. You can just pick it out with your fingers. And I could have used something like hot glue to fill that cavity, but I wanted to keep these things as light as possible because they were already pretty heavy on their own.
How about some ballistic jelly?
Did you tell them what we got downrange? We got ballistic jelly, strawberry in flavor, and then behind that, the tiny ballistic vest.
It is a very little ballistic vest. Child size.
World's smallest cop.
Okay, we'll see what it does to gel. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Look at that vest. That thing slid a half mile away.
It set that vest a-flying.
Ooh. That thing, we just pulled it out of the vest. It really gave that vest a wallop here.
After going through 4 blocks of gel.
Buried itself in the vest. We found it down in the bottom of the carrier. I don't know if you could see it on film, but that carrier got thrown another 15, 20 yards. It slid down the range there.
Here's the funny part. Toilet paper's still in there.
That's some durable toilet paper.
Yeah, it's you can see, you know, it's not compressed down real bad in there, you know, so that's working out pretty well. That way, you know, we're able to give it more support without adding a lot of weight. You know, it's really light.
And that's what I look for in my toilet paper, actually.
Well, yeah.
A lot of support, no extra weight. But one hell of a slug. I mean, look at that thing. And folks, that thing is heavy.
It is.
Wish you could feel that, but you would not put that in your pocket and go swimming. Man.
A little mushrooming there. I mean, a lot of... Oops.
Oh!
Dang it.
Jeff dropped the mushroom tip.
Oh, the literal figural mushroom.
Yeah, there is some mushrooming.
But, you know, that I don't know if... It's hard to tell if it was from the vest or going through the gel.
I imagine that was the impact from the vest. It's even still got some fiber marks on it where it slammed into that vest.
We make capturing slugs easy, but I've seen a lot of channels really struggle at doing it.
You know, I once tried it with a catcher's mitt, and it wasn't very successful. So finally figured out the science.
All right, here comes the slug. Again, it's kind of oscillating around, coming in at kind of a nose-high orientation and kind of leveling it out. It was relatively accurate in that shot. The slug managed to burrow through all 4 blocks of the ballistic gel, which is probably around 15 or 16 inches of gel, and it sent our Kevlar vest just flying backwards. So there was a lot of energy left over. That's really interesting that that one block just spun like a top. You couldn't even notice that in the real-time shots. That thing was like a breakdancer spinning on a Alfonso Ribeiro breakdancing board. If you don't know what the Alfonso Ribeiro breakdancing board is, look it up on YouTube. It's pretty funny.
Folks, we have tactical mustard here ready to go down range. We're going to turn it into mustard gas.
Okay, we got the ballistic mustard out.
Jeff's theory is that this mustard, hopefully, the hydrostatic shock will crush the RC can underneath it. So let's see if it does that.
Yeah, it's about the visuals, you know?
Exactly. Well, you are all about the visuals. You're like the Kardashian of YouTube videos. All these slugs have been hitting slightly to the right, so I'm going to hold a little bit to the left of that little X and see what we can do for center punching that mustard.
This better be good.
When you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Yikes!
All I saw was yellow mist.
Yeah.
Which isn't the first time I've seen yellow mist. So I was holding a little bit to the left. It hit low and right. That could have also been my trigger pull because I'm now flinching because of those heavy bastards.
It's got to get fatiguing after a few shots of those things.
It did start to crush that RC can as it pushed down, so that was pretty cool. But big giant yellow explosion was all we could see from back there. And Yellow Explosion, by the way, is the name of my R. Kelly homage band. We're opening for Usher. It's kind of a benefit thing for legal defense fund. So, folks, we got mustard blowing all the way back, almost to the shooting table. There's a little mustard trail all over the place. And then look at this table.
Might have been a mistake.
Look at that table.
Oh, God.
For expired mustard, it still smells good.
Now here comes the slug again oscillating around. That probably could have been alleviated if we used a rifle choke or full rifling. That probably would have just smoothed that right out. But for these tests, we're using just the pure cylinder bore shotgun to see how these actually behave without any spin stabilization to kind of screw up our ballistic tests.
We got 3 jugs downrange. Call this our Kim Kardashian target.
Now we got to wash off the mustard now with 3 gallons of water. Got good sunlight now.
85 liters of water or 7 hectares.
Yes, fathoms.
Parsnips.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go. That was a splatter.
It vaporized 2 of them.
On this shot, you could tell that Greg is finally figuring out where the point of impact is, where to hold these things so he can get a dead center hit, and he finally nailed it there. The massive hydroblast did a pretty good job of cleaning the table off. Now the slug just hydroshocked the first 2 jugs, but left the third one almost unscathed. It just had a little tear in it. That gives you an idea how much energy water absorbs from a shot like that.
Welcome back. OG out here today with a piece of Trump's border wall.
No.
Right, start right here then. Bink, bink.
Now we're going to shoot the cement slab that's 3 inches thick or whatever.
Okay.
Or what? How thick do you think that is? It's about as thick as
about 3 inches or so.
3.5.
Yep.
It's like a 2x4 thickness. Okay, go ahead.
Jeff and I found this cement slab. It's about 3.5 inches, 4 inches thick. It's pretty dang heavy. It took 2 of us just to get it up into his truck. So we're going to try some of those heavy Denver rounds against this slab and see if we can crack it or break it or punch right through it.
And also get an idea of their grouping at 50 yards.
Yeah.
To killing several birds with one stone or slug.
Kill several stones with one bird.
Yes. Okay, he's going for the left dot. 50 yards. Is that 50 yards?
Yeah, it's about 50 yards.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Here we go.
Wow. It broke that thing.
Probably hit left up.
It looks a little to the left.
Whoa.
Okay, the right dot maybe?
Right dot. We'll
Then
give it a
maybe
try.
we'll have something in the middle to shoot.
The
for
red
the
dot
third
of the
shot.
sight completely covers it, so it's kind of a
Okay.
crapshoot. But let's try it out.
Yeah, he's not using magnified optics or anything. Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh, knocked it over. Ready.
here we go. Oh.
Okay, let's see if we can finish that cement slab. Or is it concrete? I know these things are important to
Is that
people.
expired cement?
Okay, now he's aiming at the, the center dot.
Center dot.
I didn't think we'd get 3 shots after that first shot, but
That's a big slab.
let's see if we can bust that thing up. I'm ready.
Here we go. Center dot, I hope.
Oh, he broke it.
Felt solid. Felt centered. I don't know. I hope.
Pretty impressive. I didn't think it would break up the slab like that.
Those things did. They came down here. The first one, as you saw, hit 2-3 inches to the left of the dot. Cracked off this big giant piece. Threw it out. Then we had a remainder piece of the slab over here. We shot to the right. It went high right. It created a fissure through here, but didn't actually break it off until number 3 hit. Number 3 hit here a little bit high right. Again, this is probably my trigger pull because
It's hard to say. It could be my powder load. It may not be the perfect powder load. These really haven't been tested, you know?
Let's blame it on you then. No, it's probably my trigger pull because those things are really a good wallop on the shoulder and you start to develop a little bit of a flinch. So I was trying to...
It's fatiguing, you know? It's like getting punched in the arm multiple times. And
Tell you what, right after this, I'm headed into town. I'm going to go find Danny's hotel or his hospital room. I'm telling him to scooch over because I'm coming in with my shoulder. Scooch over, Danny. Give me some duct tape. So this piece broke off here, and then the last one right here hit a little bit high and right of the center dot. But
and then we found some of the toilet paper. It survived 50 yards.
just toilet paper.
Yeah, isn't that a great idea though?
Jeff being Jeff is going to
I'm so economical, you know.
well, so economical that he's actually talking about taking this back and putting it on the roll.
I'm gonna weave it back, glue it back together.
Give it a third use. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us for the toilet paper challenge, toilet paper concrete challenge.
And yeah, we still haven't gotten the toilet paper slugs from the hydraulic press channel. We may not get those. I don't know. I'm starting to lose hope on those.
And for all the haters out there who think we like to waste stuff, we're going to donate these chunks of concrete to charity, and this one's going to be sent out to the Patreon winner.
I think I can put it in a priority mailbox.
You have to pay the postage on it.
No.
No, the winner does.
No, I pay for it.
Oh, you're going to pay for postage on this?
Oh yeah.
All right. Sign up, folks. Patreon winners. The slab's coming your way.
We do have we have monthly giveaways, and
well, there's no
it's the
telling.
least we could do, you know.
You could turn this into a table. You could make it into a necklace. You could go swimming with it. You could land an airplane on it. So there's a lot of uses for this slab. Go ahead and sign up here on Patreon, and we'll see if you're the next winner.
Thanks, folks.
Out.
Now the muzzle velocity of these things are about 1,225 feet per second or so, supersonic, but at 50 yards it probably is subsonic at that point. A 12 gauge slug, especially a big flat nosed one like these, will decelerate quickly because they're not very aerodynamic. Even at 50 yards we're still seeing the oscillation. It's not tumbling, that's the good news, but the oscillation may very well be affecting the accuracy overall. But these are big old heavy slugs, and You know, even at subsonic speeds, they pack a tremendous amount of energy, enough to bust up this big old slab of cement. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, I want to thank Valentine the Mad for letting me use his music. Go check him out. I'll put a link in the description and tell him hi. And you could listen to this song without my annoying voice on top of it. We definitely want to thank our patrons for their support, and we want to thank Denver for sending these slugs from Australia. It's very expensive to ship, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you. And yes, thank you viewers too, and especially the ones that turn off their ad blocker. We need every cent we can get.